Yeah,
go Cole.
She set the bar high, Cole.
Good job.
Sounds like a Cowboys home game in here. Oh, I didn't even write that. That was the funniest joke of my whole speech. Oh. All right. All right. How's everyone doing tonight? It doesn't matter. Tonight's not about you. Selfish crowd. Okay, I'm going to do my best man speech a little unorthodox tonight. So grab your glasses, everyone in front of you. You, all of them. Raise them up high and drink the entire thing till it's gone. I want to seem as funny as possible tonight. Don't drink them, I'm kidding. Mike.
I'm going to drink it.
Too late.
When I first wrote my best man speech, I was reading over it, and I realized that it was full of nothing but jokes making fun of Mike. So now I'm going to read you that speech. Buckle up. There's an old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, Matt and Katie, what are you thinking? Oh my God. What? I'm just saying. All right. So Mike and I first met in the 80s. He was 2.5 and I was new. I know it's biased to say, but I believe that we're closer than all other siblings. I really do. Unless they like each other, and then we're like ninth. Maybe. We're on the bubble. We've basically lived together for most of our lives. And believe it or not only was he my older brother, but he was somewhat of a father figure to me too growing up. He taught me many, many life lessons along the way. I would now like to share with you tonight some of those life lessons. So my brother is actually the one that gave me the talk. Mike was only 14 at the time, but he felt it was important. One day he pulled me aside and he said, Cole, you may not understand now, but one day when you get to be my age, your body is going to go through some changes. I said, Mike, what do you mean? And he looked at me and he said, hair is going to start falling off the top of your head. Mike taught me about loyalty. When we were in grade school, I had this bully that bullied me every day. And so one day, Mike actually got in a fist fight with that same bully. And even though he lost the fight badly, it felt great to know that I always had someone in my corner. But to be fair to Mike, she was absolutely the biggest girl in the softball team that year. Mike taught me about sportsmanship. Oh, I dropped it. You want to shove that in there? Oh. So, in my first ever football game, I was playing cornerback. I know. Okay, that's true. I swear it's true. And so the wide receiver was holding me on every play. There was nothing I could do. So at halftime, I go walking off the field, my head's down, and Mike calls me over. And he said, Cole, do you want him to stop holding you? I said, yeah. And he goes, will you do whatever it takes? I said, absolutely, Mike. He said, all right, when the second half starts, you grab him by the shoulder pads, and you knee him in the crotch as hard as you can. So fast forward to the end of the game. I'm walking off crying. And Mike goes, Cole, what's wrong? I said, Mike, they kicked me out of the game. And he goes, yeah, he can't hold you from the sidelines. My brother. He taught me about disappointment, and 33 years later, we're still Cowboys fans. Mike taught me the importance of doing someone a favor. When we were teenagers, I woke up early one morning and walked past his room to get a drink of water. And from his room, I hear, Cole, will you come here? I said, yeah, Mike, what's up? He said, will you do me a huge favor? Absolutely, what is it, Mike? I think I parked my car in the front lawn again. Will you move it before Mom wakes up? Mike taught me about chance. When we lived in our first apartment ever, we had a very important decision to make. We could buy household objects that we really needed, shampoo, toilet paper, so on. Heat, oh yeah, we didn't have heat in Pendleton in January. Or we can get pizza and beer. And so Mike says, we'll leave it up to chance. I said, all right. So he grabs a coin. He said, we'll flip on it. I go, all right, what side is which? He goes, all right. Heads we drink, tails we get drunk. Mike taught me the beauty of a practical joke. We're both UPS drivers, by the way. One day I was complaining that I had to run a route out in the country, or Burns, and I was complaining. I was like, it's gonna be 100 degrees out, I hate it, it's nothing but dusty roads. So later that night, Mike sneaks in the kitchen and pours about 15 ounces of salt in my water jug.
It's an electrolyte.
So later that night, I called him and I was pretty ticked off. And I said, Mike, I went with water all day long. It was 100 degrees, I almost had a heat stroke. And he said, well, Cole, that's what makes it so funny. I know what everyone's thinking tonight. There's no way all these stories are true. You're right, I lied about one of them. The girl that beat Mike up was not an athlete. All right. Enough about Mike and I. On to the couple of the hour. So, my brother married my sister-in-law. Don't judge, hold on. I'm going to explain it. So, I met my wife, Anna, about 6 years ago. We fell in love and got married. And then my brother married her sister. Wait, hold on, that's so confusing. I was related to my brother's wife before he was. I don't know, figure it out. I don't know. That's weird. That's fine. Every couple, I believe, has to have the perfect amount of similarities and differences for it to work. I believe you guys have found that perfect balance. I love you, Mike. All right. You guys were both great athletes. You went on to play volleyball in college. amazing, and you, Mike, excelled in pretty much every sport he ever tried. I would like to make a joke about that, but it's true, and I still don't know how it's possible. They were both really good students. Mike actually won an award for Student of the Month his senior year in high school. And in that same year, Casey came in first place in her second grade finger painting contest. I had to do one. That's it. That's it. I had to do one.
She's never been a good artist.
A difference between the two of them is that Casey likes nice restaurants, while Mike prefers to get a senior discount at Denny's. That's the last one, probably. One time Casey thought she made a bagel upside down. I couldn't go the whole night without making a joke about you. The top is the one with the hole in it. Okay, I would like to now give you guys the secret to a perfect marriage. Steer clear of all the cliches. All of them. They're not true. Actions speak louder than words, unless those words are coming from an angry wife. Those words are much, much louder than actions. I married my best friend. Obviously not, or I'd be sitting where Casey is, and I doubt I can fit in that dress. Love is blind. That one speaks for itself. Love means never having to say I'm sorry again. That's dumb. Mike, you should apologize just for me saying that to Casey right now. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That one's true. That one's true. Absolutely true. Anna, you have my heart. All right, it's right here. Love you. But that's the thing. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage. It doesn't exist. I've heard. I don't know. Every couple fights. Every couple has their ups and downs. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is, do you truly love each other? And I've been around you too long enough to know that the answer is yes. For a second, I thought. I mean, you guys talk to each other on the phone when you're going to the bathroom. If that's not love, I don't know what is. But that's it. That's the secret. Have endless love, endless faith, and a lot of hard work. I've heard. Casey, you first welcomed me into your family with open arms. And tonight, I'm standing here returning the favor. I'm so happy to call you my sister-in-law again. There is not a better woman out there for my brother, and certainly not a better stepmother out there for my nephew. They are both so lucky to have you in their life. The reason I told all these stories about Mike tonight was not to embarrass him or you, but to point out just how much you truly have changed his life. I called him the other day and he's vacuuming. I don't even know who he is anymore. Thank you. Mike, what a crazy journey it's been, man. Oh no. All right. You and I have been through some of the most difficult of times, and we laughed and joked our way through all of them. Getting emotional. I don't know. I didn't think. Okay. All right. I wouldn't change the way we grew up for anything in the world. With the help of some amazing parents, family, and friends, we made it through to the other side. Okay. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right. I can't thank you enough for always being there in my life. You helped not only raise me, but raise my kids as well. You're not only my brother, but you're my best friend in the world. I'm sorry I went after you so hard tonight. I just want you to know that I meant all of it. Okay. So, friends and family, please raise those empty glasses and help us cheer to the future and happiness of Mr. and Mrs. Mike and Casey Weigel.